Have you ever been lying in bed, trying to sleep, when your brain suddenly replays something embarrassing you did years ago? Maybe you said the wrong thing in class. Maybe you waved back at someone who was not waving at you. Maybe you called someone by the wrong name. Whatever it was, your brain brings it back like it happened 5 minutes ago. Your stomach drops, your face gets warm, and for a moment, you want to disappear. So why do embarrassing moments stay in your memory so clearly? The short answer is that your brain treats embarrassment like an important social warning. Your brain does not store every moment equally. Most normal moments disappear quickly. You probably do not remember every sandwich you ate, every hallway you walked through, or every conversation that went perfectly fine. But when something makes you feel exposed, rejected, awkward, or judged, your brain pays much closer attention. It thinks, this might matter. Save this for later. Embarrassment is emotional, and emotional moments are often easier to remember. When you feel embarrassed, your body reacts too. Your heart might beat faster, your face might get hot. You may suddenly become very aware of yourself. That emotional intensity tells your brain that something important is happening, not necessarily something dangerous, but something socially important. Humans are social creatures. For thousands of years, being accepted by other people mattered a lot. Being part of a group meant safety, support, and survival. So your brain still takes social mistakes seriously. Even a small awkward moment can make your brain react as if it needs to protect you from making the same mistake again. That is why you may remember saying one weird sentence in a meeting, even if everyone else forgot it 10 seconds later. Your brain is trying to learn, but sometimes it overdoes it. There is something called the spotlight effect. This is when you feel like everyone noticed your mistake far more than they actually did. You feel like the whole room saw it. You imagine people going home and thinking about it. You assume they will remember it forever. But most people are not focused on you as much as you think. They are busy thinking about themselves. They are worrying about what they said. They are checking their phone. They are wondering if they looked awkward too. The truth is, most people move on much faster than you do. But your brain does not always believe that. It zooms in on your mistake and makes it feel bigger. This connects to something called negativity bias. Your brain tends to pay more attention to negative experiences than neutral or positive ones. You might have 10 completely normal conversations in a day. But one awkward moment can take up all the space in your mind. A compliment may feel nice for a few minutes, but an embarrassing memory can stay with you for years. That does not mean the embarrassing moment was objectively huge. It means your brain gave it more emotional weight. Then comes the replay loop. You think about the moment again and again and again. You wonder what you should have said. You imagine what other people thought. You try to rewrite the situation in your head. But every time you replay the memory, you give it more attention. And attention strengthens recall. It is a bit like walking through grass. The first time, there is barely a path. But if you walk the same route every day, the path becomes clearer and easier to follow. Your brain can work in a similar way. The more you revisit an embarrassing memory, the easier it becomes for your mind to find it again. That is why it can suddenly appear when you are brushing your teeth, driving home, or lying in bed at night. Nighttime is especially common because everything gets quieter. During the day, your attention is busy. You have messages, work, school, conversations, noise, and things to do. But at night, there are fewer distractions. And when the outside world becomes quiet, the inside of your mind can become very loud. That awkward memory is not necessarily more important at night. You just have more space to notice it. There is another thing to remember. Memory is not a perfect recording. Your brain does not store the past like a video camera. Each time you remember something, your brain rebuilds the memory a little. That means the feeling of embarrassment can grow bigger than the actual event. Maybe you remember everyone staring at you, but perhaps only two people noticed. Maybe you remember saying something completely terrible, but maybe it was just slightly awkward and nobody cared. Your memory often stores not only what happened, but also what you feared it meant. You may think, that proved I am awkward, but one awkward moment does not define you. It only proves that you are human. So what can you do when an embarrassing memory shows up? First, do not panic. You do not need to fight the memory or force it away. Try to notice it and name what is happening. You can say, my brain is replaying an old social warning. That creates a little distance. Second, ask yourself what actually happened. Not what you fear happened, not what you imagine everyone thought, what really happened. Try replacing, I am so awkward, with, I had an awkward moment. That is a much fairer sentence. One is an identity, the other is an event. Third, remind yourself that other people are probably not thinking about it nearly as much as you are. Most people are too busy managing their own lives and their own insecurities. And finally, be kind to yourself. If your friend told you the same story, you probably would not judge them harshly. You would probably say, that is not a big deal. Everyone does things like that. You deserve the same kindness. Embarrassing memories feel powerful because they are emotional, social, and repeated in your mind. But they are not proof that something is wrong with you. They are just your brain trying a little too hard to protect you. So, the next time an old embarrassing moment appears out of nowhere, take a breath, smile if you can, and remember, one awkward moment is not your identity. It is simply one small scene in a much bigger life.